I feel really good. It's been a long process, but really excited to go back out there with my teammates. A big testament to all the trainers and everyone. They did a really good job helping me get back to where I need to be.
Coach Ferentz said that you were a big guiding force for Addison last year when he had to step up in the tight end room. What did you see in him in terms of growth, and where is he at from the end of last season to now?
Yeah, I mean, Addison has done such a great job. He did a great job when he stepped in there, and super proud of him. He's grown a lot since last year. I feel like he's gotten more confidence in his abilities because he's a really good player, and I'm just super excited to see what he can do this season. Yeah, I've seen a lot of great things from Cade. I think he's said several times he's 100%, and so I see him out there running, and he's doing a good job with that. And he's doing a good job commanding the offense, and really helping everyone out, learning it and trying to improve. So it's been great. Mm-hmm. For sure. Yeah, I get the sense of that. I can't really speak for him, but I'm just super excited for him to go out there and play again. And I feel like he's been throwing as well as he ever has. So really excited to see how it goes. Yeah, sure. Yeah, absolutely. I see the same, if not more. And I feel like, as long as Coach Ferentz is the coach, he's going to be using tight ends. He told me a story once that after one game they had maybe lost or it was close or something. His wife told him, it was in the 80s, this was a while ago, but she said that, I just don't think you guys gave the ball to the tight ends enough. So I don't know, you guys might need to fix that. And so he's kind of taken that with him for as long as he's been coaching. So it was a cool comment.
What's your dad? Your dad's here. You got to hang out with him a little bit. What's his role been in your football life? I get asked that a lot, and it's more so, he's more of a dad than he is like a football dad. We just really like when we talk, we just like to catch up and talk about life. He lives 8 hours away, doesn't get to come out to many of my games, so we'll spend some time talking about the game, talking about some of my teammates and stuff like that. But the majority of it is really just talking to each other and seeing how we are doing. So. What's it like growing up in Columbus, where your dad's the color commentator for the Buckeyes? Did you grow up a Buckeye fan?
I did, yeah. Yeah.
So, okay, is that something you wanted to eventually do, is play for the Buckeyes?
I feel like anyone's dream that, they grow up in Columbus and playing football is to, one day play there. And, but, at the end of the day, I wanted to carve out my own role. It was cool growing up there and being able to go to, practices and stuff like that. But, now it's all Iowa Hawkeyes, and, just super, super excited for the opportunity I've been given and I've earned. And, I'm happy to carve out my own, own story. Yeah. It's cool. It's a neat. I'm fortunate that he's able to be here. Any chance I can get to see him, it's fun, and to be able to do it 2 years in a row and have him here twice in a row, it's really cool. So it's fun.
You get the chance to play there this year too. You're trying to get some tickets for that already?
I haven't really been thinking about that too much. I just, if people want to go, they can just kind of fend for themselves. It's tough. It's hard. So, yeah, no, you're good. Yeah, go ahead.
I just wanted to ask what you thought about your player rating.
Oh, I'm happy with it. It's I have an 88 overall on there. It's a fun game. My brother and I have been playing against each other. So, I mean, I don't want to put too much thought into it. It's just a video game. So at the end of the day, I'm just trying to go out there. And, I get a lot of messages from people saying that they like to play with me and saying I've won the Heisman for them or something like that. I'm like, well, that'd be cool if it were true, but it's just a video game. So, yeah. Yeah, I'd say so. They've done a good job, in their new role. and I've just seen them going out there and doing whatever Coach Lester asks of them, and I'm excited to see what they can do and what they can show.
What has Tim been able to?
Okay. All right. Thank you.
What's it like, again, to be here 2 years in a row representing Iowa, and all the people that have been here? What's that mean to you that they picked you again and you're representing your state?
Yeah, it's an honor. It's super cool. Really fortunate to be able to come back here again. It's player voted and by the coaches and stuff, and so to be able to be voted twice to be able to represent my university, it's an honor I don't take for granted, and I'm just super blessed to be in the position I am.
Last question: if you weren't playing big time college football, what would you be doing? I mean, what's the plans maybe going forward, or anything that you'd be doing if you were doing this?
It's a great question. Gosh, I've been so focused on playing football. If I wouldn't played football, I might have tried to play basketball somewhere. So who knows? I would have been playing some kind of sport. So yeah. Thank you.
Just kind of parlaying off being here for the second time in a row. You're not flying under the radar, obviously. You play at Titan University. You're one of the stars of the team. Do you lean into that type of pressure to be one of those leaders and one of those, how you guys feel about that?
Not really. It's definitely a great honor, and I try to fulfill that role. But at the same time, I'm just trying to go out there and play football. That's all those guys ever did, and they were just put in the right spot, and they all worked very hard, definitely. So no, I'm just going out there and trying to do the best I can as a player.
How do you kind of contrast how this summer and this spring felt for the offense versus kind of previous two summers?
Yeah, no, it's been good. As far as the past, I don't really want to hit on that, but this spring and summer was really good for us. It's been a lot of fun getting to learn a new offense, learn some new verbiage, and I feel like it just made me a better football player, have more their knowledge, and so yeah, it's just cool to have the opportunity to do that.
What do you enjoy most out of this Tim Lester's game?
I just think the motion, like I've always said, switching up the looks on defenses will be really cool, and maybe getting an opportunity to get open in space and everything like that.
You signed with Iowa.
Good to see you too.
Signed with Iowa. You probably figured, play any portion once.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, it's exciting. It'll be fun, a cool opportunity to go back, and I'm sure I'll have a lot of people there, supporting me, and but at the end of the day, it's another game. I just gotta have that mindset that we're going back there. It's a business trip. We're trying to go win a football game, and so it'll be cool. I didn't think we'd have the opportunity. I wish that they could come to Kinnick, and be in front of our fans. But I'll take it. It's different. There's a lot of motion that we like to do, and get open in space and stuff like that. And but the thing is, at the end of the day, we're gonna run the ball and work off of that. So it's good. I like it.
Talk about the opportunity to play in the Horseshoe. Growing up, is there any stadium that you haven't played in yet that you think would be really cool to get a chance to?
Yeah, I think playing in the Rose Bowl will be really cool. It's such a historic stadium. My dad played in that game a couple times, and the Rose Bowl growing up was the biggest game, bigger to me than the national championship, because the Big Ten, the winner of the Big Ten gets to go there, and so I just think that game is always so cool. So playing there will be awesome.
Is there anything about Addison Ostranga that you think just really doesn't get highlighted enough?
I don't know if this does or doesn't, but he's just such a hard worker. He's super, dedicated, and just excited to go out there and work every day. And he's such a great teammate. So he will do whatever Coach Hodge asks him to do. I think I've heard Coach Hodge say that, and whatever anyone asks him to do. So he's great.
Did you realize he was as good of a baseball player as
Well, I knew he was. I hosted him. I knew he was committed to play baseball first. So I figured he was pretty good, and. I was happy to see at that softball game he hit a couple home runs, so it was good.
What do you remember most from that season?
We went to a hockey game. He was a good, I just remember he was a good person, and the guy we were with, they had fun together. That's the main things I remember.
Obviously, that third tight end spot ended up becoming really important last year.
Mm-hmm.
With Addison stepping up with both you and Eric now. I guess, who is
quarterback. We saw some time last year, Gavin, a lot of people are excited about. Like, who is that tight end?
Yeah, I think it's hard to tell. There's a lot of long time. It doesn't seem like there's a long time before the season, but there's a long time before the season with all these practices that we're going to have. And, someone could step up. Like you said, mentioned Zach and Gavin. They've been doing a great job. Johnny Pascuzzi had got a lot of playing time last year as well, and he's done a really good job as well. So, I'm excited for all of them. And who knows? One of them will fill that role, and they'll do a great job.
Any of them step up in particular over the spring that you saw like a flash of, that's something like
Yeah.
Johnny could be awesome this coming year?
Yeah, I think they all showed flashes. It'll be a good competition, and I just know that I feel like we're one of the deepest rooms at Iowa, and I'm just super glad that we have such a deep room because like you said, the tight end 3 position last year became so important, with Eric and I going down, and the best part was it really didn't feel like we missed a beat. So we'll just see whoever steps into that role will do a great job. He's really passionate about football and about his teammates. So I always notice he loves hanging out with the O-line and getting around them, and which is good. I'm sure he did that at Michigan too, but he did some. They were at some. Was in some parade at Solon last weekend. A town in Iowa City, and he had all the whole O-linemen wearing overalls. They were all matching. So likes to do that with them. It's great. It's what you want in a quarterback, and the O-line I'm sure loves it, and they'll block harder for him. So that's good. And then he's just really dedicated to football and a good leader.
I think last year was your first significant injury.
Mm-hmm.
How much did you realize you missed football?
I feel like that was the time where I really, I loved football, but you really realize how much you love it when you can't do it. So, it was tough for me, but you learn a lot about yourself and, a lot about trying to figure out other things to do to keep your mind busy. But I feel like it brings out a lot of your character as well. Just trying to be there for your teammates when they get to go out and play and try to help them succeed as best they can.
You get more worried though when that's a serious injury. That could have been it.
Yeah, I didn't think of it too much like that. I just, it's a violent game. And anything can happen on any play, so you just gotta play like the old cliche. You gotta play every game like it's your last, and that's what I'm gonna do. And just super excited to get back out there. I can't wait.
When did you get back to feeling 100%?
Yeah, throughout the spring I had some nagging, injury feelings there, and I felt really good. And I wasn't sure if that was the 100%, but this summer has been amazing. Right now it feels great. Even a couple weeks into June, it just really turned a corner, and it feels amazing. I just can't wait to get back out, and hopefully it just keeps getting better.
It's funny. My son had a house on First Avenue.
Yep.
He used to run down First Avenue.
Yeah.
Down the sidewalk and stuff. Everybody goes, there goes Luke Lachey.
Yeah.
But
Probably home.
Yeah.
Just sprinting home. That's what I like to do.
That philosophical.
Oh yeah. Oh, I know.
I would think you wanted to play for Ohio State at one point in your growing up.
Yeah,
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it didn't happen. Is it? How do you put that in perspective? About maybe the dream, but the dream turned out to be a little bit different, but still.
Yeah, absolutely. I grew up in the tailgating. Chad knows about the tailgating, and we just be out there for hours and throwing the football. And so you have the dream of playing there, but I couldn't have imagined it any other way. Being here, carving out my own story, and I don't know. Iowa is just so special, and the coaches and the players and the whole city, the whole Iowa nice thing. It's really true. Everyone in Iowa is just extremely nice, and it's just been super welcoming. And so I really just couldn't imagine it any other way. It's just the old dream. But
in this era of transfer portal,
yeah,
never
never crossed
crossed your mind.
my mind. No, never.
And what is like you just said, what is the biggest thing you've gotten out of playing for Kirk parents and at Iowa?
Yeah.
Talk about the family atmosphere and all that kind of stuff. What's been the biggest thing you've gotten?
Obviously, offensively, y'all struggled a little bit.
Yeah, I think the family-like atmosphere. There's just a great tradition of tight ends there, and I feel like just like the hard nose, like kind of like you run the ball, block, and tight ends get the ball. So I don't know, it's cool, and I feel like that was a big thing for me, I guess.
When you got recruited, how much did they play that game with Ohio State?
I didn't hear about it too much. No, I didn't hear about it too much. But they may have mentioned it. The tight ends looked great in that game. They both had 2 touchdowns, Noah and TJ. So it was fun to watch. It's fun to watch the film now and the highlights of it. And yeah, I guess I'd see it every once in a while.
Quick with your dad, did you ever feel like eventually you're going to grow into a tackle? I mean, did you ever dread that day? I mean, because your guy likes to catch passes.
For sure. I do like to catch passes. Being a tackle is probably not that bad either, though. It's fun. In 2022, some of my teammates were like messing around with me and saying, "Oh, you might be getting too heavy," or blah blah blah. I'm like, I don't think so. But they're just messing with me. And I've had people telling me like, "Oh, you got to move to tackle." But the thing is, they play tackle, so it's like, I don't know what you want me to do there. I love playing tight end, and I don't want to play any other position.
What do you think? That dream of maybe playing for Ohio State. You'll be back at Ohio Stadium this year. Just the opportunity to play back in film. What do you think that'll be like?
It'll be fun. I'm excited, for the opportunity. But at the end of the day, it's just another game, and it'll be cool to see family there. But yeah, just trying to focus on one game at a time and treating every game the same.
Will you be calling that game at the same time as you're playing? I know I've talked to him before about how he has to get home to watch you.
Yeah.
He'll be calling your
It'll be fun. Yeah, he's done it before, and he's gotten that first game out of the way. I've gotten my first game out of the way, so this time it'll be maybe be a bit different.
I know last year you were captain, right? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah. Yep.
And then they had that mic'd up video of you this spring, and a lot of the guys were saying this will be the most Luke talks. So I guess, how do you approach leadership, being a captain and a guy who's, I guess, not super talkative? Yeah, I think maybe in that sense they were meaning like most, like maybe trash talk. I'll talk. I don't really talk much trash, but I'll motivate my teammates and I'll tell them good job or correct them if they're doing something wrong. And I feel like maybe that's where my leadership, comes from. But it's not. I'll talk. It's not like I just don't. I'm not just like mute all the time. But so I'll motivate.
Are you surprised?
What do you think this offense can be? You've seen it behind the scenes rehab, and you've seen one game in the spring. What do you think it can be?
As far as I know, I think we can, go out there and just, do whatever he needs us to do. I'm confident in our abilities and in my teammates and in Coach Lester that he's going to put us in the right position to succeed. And I think I'm just confident in what we're going to be able to put out there and show everyone. I'm excited for it. And obviously there's a long time before, in our mind, before our first game, and so we'll be able to get it going.
There's an advantage to keeping stuff kind of on the down low, under wraps with the new offensive coordinator, especially the first month. You got big games.
Yeah, I think so. There's definitely an advantage to it. You don't want to give too much out or whatnot, but I mean, I don't know for sure. Yeah, I like to leave a lot of it to the offensive coordinator. I just go out there and just kind of do whatever he tells us to do.
You think this could be a playoff team?
Yeah, we got we got a lot of guys coming back, and I'm excited. And if anyone asked that question, you wouldn't think if like, oh no, we're not going to be a playoff team. No, we gotta have confidence in ourselves. Like, I'm excited for the year, and we got a lot of returning guys and a lot of guys that are ready to go prove themselves.
You and Cade went through that injury portion of the year together. I guess was there a moment were you guys able to connect quite a bit over that time period? I mean, you were his first option for a good contingent of that time. 10 receptions in 3 games, 2 and a quarter, really. But I guess, what was that time like for both of you?
Yeah, it was tough. You definitely grow close to him because you spend a lot of time, rehabbing and working out together. So, when the team's practicing, you're inside working out, and you get to learn some more about them as a human and players, and so it was cool. And really, I'm just excited for him to get back out there and show everyone what he can do. Thank you. No, not at all. She is like such a great player and so fun to watch. But the thing that makes her so great is the hard work that she puts in, and just really excited for her and her success.
Your dad was telling me about the first time I think y'all met.
Oh.
I know you can't go into graphic detail about her, but she's just another person, right?
Yeah, that's it.
What was your first impression of her, and how's that grown?
Yeah, for sure. I didn't really know too much about her the first time I met her, and she's just another like athlete, at the University of Iowa, and then you start to talk to her a little bit, and you kind of hear like, oh, she's like the 4th ranked player in high school basketball. I was like, oh, she's going to be pretty good. So, and then she ends up being one of the, if not, I think the best women's basketball player, college basketball player ever.
How has she handled that growth in your opinion? I mean, having known her before, a lot of people were making a big deal about it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know her like extremely well. We both played there, and I know her in Pat. Like when I got hurt, I would go out there, but I mean, I wouldn't say we're like extremely close friends. So I can't really judge it. But I mean, she does a great job in media. I see. So yeah, from that side looking in.
The hysteria that was on Iowa's campus. We all felt it nationally.
Yeah. Oh, it was cool. I mean, at our graduation, they played like a whole video, for the 2020 class, and like she got her own part. So I mean, like one guy said, like, I'm gonna tell people in 40 years that I knew her, but like he has never met. I don't know. It's just it's cool, but it was definitely buzzing a lot for women's games. Really cool.
And now you're in her city where she's on the side of a hotel.
Yeah, it's super cool.
I mean, is that full circle, I guess, seeing coming from Iowa to here?
Yeah.
You can't get away from it.
No, I mean you can't. I mean anywhere. I mean she's one of the most famous women's athletes right now, and it's just cool to see. Super excited for her and her success. Just can't wait to keep watching. Thank you guys. Yeah.
So this is year 2 of Nick Jackson being the guy that you were practicing with.
Yeah.
A lot of your days,
Yep.
But also just being your teammate in general. So what's sort of your impression one of like the news that he's coming back, and sort of like what you've seen out of him this year that's going to next year?
Yeah. I mean, I think just his confidence. He's been in the the defense now for a year, and has been able to learn under Coach Wallace, and take some things from Jay, and I just think that he's done a great job with stepping up. He's a leader. He's a leader on our team, and you can tell that he's gained confidence there because he's just more vocal than he's ever been. Yeah, I won't go too much into details there. Even I know my dad's standing right there, but I won't go too much into that.
A memorable first meeting.
Yeah, yep.
How have you seen the offense starting to come together under Lester's system? Like, are the pieces starting to fit together?
Yeah, for sure. I feel like everyone's on the same page, and that's what you want. It's been good. Everyone's really just learning it pretty quickly, and we're just trying to get it down and make sure we're all ready to go for it. Yeah, thank you. All right. What's that? Oh, okay. Sounds good. You want me to come down here? Oh, wait, hold on. I'll finish through. How's it going?
All right. So State Line Profile, we got Lachey here, tight end. So how's it been back returning to the gridiron after your injury last year?
It's been great. Just super excited to get back out on the field with my teammates and hopefully be back to where I was before. I feel great. Just ready to get back out there.
So you played alongside Sam LaPorta and Eric Hall. Can you say some of the things you learned from those tight ends now in the NFL?
Yeah, learned a lot from Sam. He taught me so much. Such a great teammate. taught me how to be a leader in a lot of ways. And yeah, I'm just super grateful for him. And Eric, he almost taught me, it's good to be goofy sometimes. He's such a goofy guy and fun to be around and great teammate.
So being a tight end, how do you plan on upholding the standard that's been set?
Yeah, just going out there and doing whatever I can to succeed and help the offense. Everything else will come with it, and as long as I have that approach, team success, individual success will come with it.
So I see that you're here with your father. Can you say some of the work ethic he provided you with?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, just seeing all the success and hearing about all the success he had, really cool, and being able to, see how he, treats other people is a big thing. And, you talk about work ethic, but, I see more of like him as a father and, just how he treats people. And that really taught me, taught me a lot. So, yeah.
So how do you see the offense come along under Lester, and Cade McNamara?
Yeah.
The chemistry there?
Yeah, it's great. I think there's a lot of chemistry there. We've gotten to know each other a lot better over this, last year, and ever since he's gotten here, really. And so I'm just excited to get back out there. As far as the offense, I think everyone's really starting to click, and we're just gonna keep it going throughout fall camp. I just can't wait, for that first game. Thank you.
Does this seem 12-team playoff? A lot of seniors on this team. Does this feel like kind of your time to strike?
For sure. I mean, for sure. But we're just taking things one game at a time. No different than what we would do it. Last year. You can't focus too far on what's ahead. It's so far away. There's so much that's going to happen before then. So, yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, no problem. I'm great. How are you?
Your recovery is now complete.
Yeah.
What was that like for you mentally to go through the injury of, I'm sure there was some YD in there, to, okay, I got to get this conquered, to now, okay, I feel better. I feel like I can do this.
Yeah.
What was that mental process like?
It just taught me a lot about patience. It's hard, not being out there with your teammates, but at the end of the day, I was just like super glad to, be able to still be a voice for them and to help them out, and try to just help the team win, because at the end of the day, I still had a role on the team. I just had to figure out how I could do it without playing. So, that was tough, but otherwise, like, I found other things to do to fill my head and, fill some time. So it was good.
Throughout your career, there's always been discussions about Iowa's tight end legacy. I know last year, I think it was Kinger, you wore the tight end, Iowa tight end shirt or whatever, and with Sam, you had phenomenal.
Yep, sure did.
And what do you take away from, I'm sure you've watched those films, not only him, but TJ,
Yeah.
George, and TJ Florida.
Yeah, everyone.
Yeah. What do you take away from that? How do you apply that maybe to your game?
Yeah, it's really a testament to all the guys that came before, me and the other guys in the room, all such hard workers and such great players. And it's really, also to Coach Ferentz, he just does a great job involving the tight ends. As far as like putting it to my game, like, I just try to go out there and be the best player I can be, because I know that's any of them are trying to do. So, I try not to like think about it too much, because it's a big burden, but also like really, really cool to be a part of. Sorry, go ahead.
What do you think about the legacy of the senior class? You got a teammate over there.
Yeah.
What do you guys really hope on when it comes to that?
Yeah, I just think, that's a really good question. I haven't ever been asked that question before. But, yeah, just going out there and trying to cement our legacy is a big thing, and just going out there and maybe just trying to leave a better character off the field than on it. You know what I mean? Jay is such a great guy, and we just try to, make others around us great. So, I don't know if that really answers your question or not, but I think we're just going out there and trying to do whatever we can to win at the end of the day. Thank you. So I lean on my family, my girlfriend, teammates, friends, coaches, a lot of people. I couldn't name one person specific, but you know, a lot of people came together to help me out, and I really just tried to, you know, find other ways that could fill my time. Thanks. Appreciate it. I go.